Former President Donald Trump said Saturday that he will encourage Russia to do whatever it wants if it attacks a NATO country that does not pay enough for defense. Speaking to supporters at a rally in South Carolina, Trump recounted a conversation he had during his tenure with the leader of a major country who asked if they would be safe if Russia attacked. Trump said he told the leader that the U.S. government will not protect the bloc unless they pay their fair share of defense spending. "I said, 'You didn't pay. Are you a criminal?'" Trump remembered. "No, I wouldn't defend you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever they want. You have to pay. You have to pay your bills," he added. The comments will not ease European concerns about American credibility as military aid that Ukraine desperately needs is stalled in Congress, and the GOP nominee reiterates his long-standing skepticism about America's historic commitments to its allies. It comes as Russian President Vladimir Putin continues to wage war in Ukraine, and after some members of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization expressed concern that Russia might try to attack other countries next. The alliance was created in 1949 to provide collective defense against the Soviet Union. A hallmark of the treaty is Article 5, which states that an attack against one ally is considered an attack against all. Trump has long feared NATO and waged war on member states' heads of state, threatening to pull the United States out of the bloc because it requires member states to meet a goal of spending 2% of their gross domestic product on defense. Since taking office, President Joe Biden has sought to reassure NATO about U.S. commitment to the alliance, a stark contrast to his Republican predecessor. Last month, Biden signed an $886 billion defense bill that prevents the president from unilaterally withdrawing from NATO. The move could reverse Trump's 2024 campaign promise to fundamentally reevaluate the purpose of NATO and the mission of NATO. The White House said Trump's latest comments were appalling and shocking. Encouraging murderous regimes to attack their closest allies is appalling and irrational, and threatens American national security, global stability, and our economy, spokesman Andrew Bates said in a statement Saturday night. Instead of calling for wars and promoting reckless chaos, President Biden will continue to strengthen American leadership and protect our national security interests, not against them, he said. According to a report published last year, only 11 of the then 30 member states spent at least 2% of their GDP on defense. But that number is a target, not a requirement, and many NATO members have increased their military spending since Russia invaded Ukraine. Finland became a member of NATO last year, and Sweden is about to join. Denmark's defense minister warned on Friday that a new threat assessment based on new intelligence data shows that Russia could attack a NATO country within 3 to 5 years. In addition to the NATO comment, Trump also praised the recent failure of a border agreement between the two parties on Saturday. "We derailed Joe Biden's disastrous border deal. Mike Johnson did a very good job," Trump said, referring to the Republican House leader and his opposition to the bill. News spread that Trump wanted his party rejected. Bill, hoping he can use the southern border crisis as a political tool to win re-election in November. Washington's standoff, however, meant ending new military aid to Ukraine, making it difficult for Kiev to fight Kremlin forces on the battlefield at a crucial moment. His stated ambivalence toward Russian aggression has long fueled concern in Ukraine and beyond about what a second Trump presidency would mean for the continent. A senior European Union official said last month that Trump had told top European officials during his tenure that the United States would never help Europe if it was attacked. The real issue is whether Trump wants to build a balanced relationship where we remain trusted allies, or whether this is indicative of the continued and deliberate erosion of our relationship, with the ultimate goal of breaking up, said Edward Hunter Christie, a former NATO official and senior fellow at the Foreign Policy Institute. It would make more sense to assume that Trump is preparing the ground to leave Europe and make deals with Russia over our heads, he said on Saturday.